In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on July 22nd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Yankees versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Yankees and Blue Jays are set to clash in the second game of their latest series up in Toronto on Tuesday. The Yankees always grab attention with all that star power on their roster, but I'm struggling to buy into Schlittler given how little we've seen from him so far. It's a risky spot. He's only logged 5.1 innings at the big league level, and things didn't go smoothly in that outing against the Mariners, where he gave up a few too many hits and runs for comfort. Scherzer, at 40, isn't the dominant force he used to be, far from the sure thing that carried teams for years, with his stuff showing clear signs of wear and tear. That said, the Blue Jays are on a tear right now, riding a wave of momentum, and we've been riding with them through this hot run without regrets. No reason to jump off the train at this point. They're clicking on multiple levels, from timely hitting to clutch plays that keep games in their favor. This series has plenty of intensity with playoff implications hanging over it, sure, but Toronto just keeps grinding out results, and at the end of the day, their bullpen looks sharper and more reliable, which could tip the scales in a close one like this. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. The over on the team total has cashed in just 44 of 54 pushes, with 2 ties for Yankees games this year, showing a slight lean toward lower outputs overall, but it's flipped hot lately, hitting in 13 out of 17 since that late June visit to Toronto, suggesting their offense wakes up in certain spots. For the Blue Jays, it's gone over in 53 of 46 with 1 tie across their season, a decent clip, and it's been even stronger at 4-1 in the head-to-head matchups in Toronto this year, where runs seem to flow more freely between these rivals. Schlittler's lone start for the Yankees wrapped up in a 9-6 slugfest victory, the kind of game that racks up the scoreboard. And on Scherzer's side, 4 out of his 5 starts with Toronto have seen the teams combine for 9 or more runs, with just one outlier keeping it tame, all pointing to pitchers who might not suppress offenses for long, especially if bats get going early. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus New York Mets. It's the second game in this 3-game interleague matchup between squads sitting on different sides of the playoff bubble, battling it out on the field right in the heart of New York City, as the Los Angeles Angels roll into town to square off against the New York Mets on Tuesday night. Hendricks has been getting tagged pretty regularly over the past couple of seasons, and this year he's sitting with a 4.88 earned run average and a 1.29 WHIP that shows hitters are finding ways to get on base against him consistently. Digging into his recent stuff, over his last 9 innings, he's surrendered 10 hits and 7 earned runs, which isn't exactly inspiring confidence when you need a stopper. On the road specifically, across 46.2 innings, he's got a bloated 5.4 earned run average, and opponents are hitting .251 off him, making away games a real grind for the veteran. Montes, meanwhile, hasn't been sharp at all and is still shaking off the rust after logging just 19.2 innings total, searching for any kind of rhythm in a season that's been stop-start for him. That said, the Mets are clearly the stronger outfit overall, and they've started to flash signs of pulling things together with a couple of recent wins that suggest the pieces are clicking at the right time. I'm basically ignoring this shaky pitching duel altogether and just betting on the superior team here. The Mets have more depth, better vibes at home, and the edge in most categories that matter in a spot like this. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Frankie Montas and Kyle Hendricks have both been scuffling on the hill lately, leaking runs and failing to miss bats like they used to, so banking on a low-scoring affair just doesn't add up when neither guy's in form to shut down lineups. The bullpens aren't exactly bailout options either. The Angels rank 28th across the league with a rough 5.12 earned run average from their relievers, prone to meltdowns that let games spiral, while the Mets sit at 15th with a 3.9 mark that's decent but far from elite, especially if starters exit early and force extra work on tired arms. With both starters vulnerable to getting chased and the pens not built to lock things down, it sets up for offenses to take advantage, stringing together hits and pushing the run total higher than you might expect in a midweek tilt. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco Giants versus Atlanta Braves. The San Francisco Giants, at 52-48 with a 44-56 run line and 46-52-2 over-under, are facing off against the Atlanta Braves, who sit at 43-55 with a 42-56 run line and 41-51-6 over-under, as they keep this three-game series rolling on Tuesday evening. The Giants have kept stumbling in the second half, looking flat and disjointed, and even though Roop has held his own overall this year, his numbers take a hit away from home. That 1.8 earned run average in San Francisco balloons to 4.56 on the road, where hitters are batting .279 against him compared to just .243 back at their park. I'm not exactly pumped to roll with Daniel given he's only thrown 5 innings total, a tiny window to judge, but the Braves have the home field edge here, fresh off a strong showing last night that showed some fight. Right now, the Giants just aren't giving me any confidence. Their energy feels off, and it's hard to see them turning it around in this spot against a team that's desperate for wins. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. This total feels way too inflated for what's shaping up. Like I mentioned, Landon Roop has been dealing lately, posting a sharp 1.38 earned run average across his past 5 starts that cover 26.1 innings, keeping runners off the bases and limiting damage effectively. On top of that, the Braves' current hitters have struggled hard against him, managing just a .167 average with a .219 on base and .200 slugging over 30 at-bats, which bodes well for more zeros on the board. Throw in the Giants' bullpen, which ranks second in the league with a stingy 3.2 earned run average, and it's tough to picture Atlanta lighting up the scoreboard much on Tuesday. Their relievers can shut doors when it counts. Shifting to Davis Daniel, he's looked solid in his brief 5 innings this season, holding a 1.8 earned run average that suggests he can handle lineups without too much trouble, even in limited action. He's up against a Giants offense that's been ice cold over the last couple of weeks, ranking 28th in WOBA at .271 and 29th in ISO at .119, meaning they're not generating power or consistent contact right now. All this points to a low-key final like 4-2 or 5-3, where pitching dominates and runs come at a premium. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay's been stuck in a rough patch lately, desperate to turn things around as they host the White Sox down in Florida for this Tuesday matchup. After taking a hit in the series opener, I'm sticking with Tampa Bay to rebound hard and not just win, but cover that run line on Tuesday. They've got the tools to make it happen. The Rays have gone 8-6 against the spread in their last 14 outings, showing they can bounce back when it counts. They're also 27-21 on the run line following a loss, which bodes well for a team looking to shake off yesterday's stumble. Chicago's managed just 6-8 against the Rays since the 2023 season kicked off, and they've struggled even more on the road in Tampa, dropping to 2-5 in those spots where the Rays seem to have their number. On top of that, the White Sox own the second worst OPS in the majors, sitting at a dismal .650 right ahead of the Rockies, so their lineup lacks the punch to really explode, especially facing a solid pitcher like Rasmussen, who's tough to crack. As our first pick for this matchup, the Tampa Bay Rays to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Rays have been lighting it up offensively at their stand-in home park this season, smashing balls out of the yard and piling on runs like few others. They sit fourth in the big leagues with 70 homers on home turf, and in the American League, only Boston and Toronto have tallied more runs in front of their crowds than Tampa Bay's 262 so far. If Martin gets the green light to start, it'll be his first time on the mound in more than a month, leaving him with zero room for slip-ups in what's proven to be one of the friendliest spots for hitters in 2025. The park factors could amplify any mistakes quickly. Flipping to the visitors, the White Sox have actually heated up a bit with their hitting lately, averaging 5.09 runs per game over the past 15 days and clubbing 12 home runs across their last 11 contests, which shows they're capable of some pop even in tough matchups. Chicago's games have trended over in 5 of their last 7, with a 57-44 mark overall this year, and they've been especially prone to high totals as road underdogs at 29-20, suggesting this one could could see the scoreboard light up if both sides connect. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Chicago Cubs. The Kansas City Royals at 48-52 and the Chicago Cubs sitting at 59-40 are set for the second matchup in their three-game series on Tuesday. The Cubs are rolling with Matthew Boyd on the bump, and he's been lights out lately, leading the team in wins and giving them a real spark every time he takes the hill. Chicago's grabbed victories in 4 straight starts from Boyd, including 3 where he blanked the opposition completely, shutting down the Cardinals in a pair of games and holding the heavy-hitting Yankees to zilch. In that Yankees tilt, he went a full 8 innings, surrendering just 4 hits while keeping everything under control. Boyd's got the stuff to dominate this Royals lineup, which just sputtered out in their recent series down in Miami, failing to generate much consistent offense. Kansas City hasn't named their starter yet, but we can rule out Bubic, Lugo, or Wacha since they're slotted for later games, stripping away some of their top pitching options and leaving them short-handed to contain the Cubs' bats on their home field. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. These bullpens have been stepping up big time all season, with Chicago ranking 7th in the majors at a solid 3.6 earned run average from their relievers, showing they can lock down games when starters hand it over. Kansas City's not far behind, holding 8th spot with a 3.69 bullpen earned run average that's kept them competitive in tight spots. Coming off the All-Star break, neither team's offense has really caught fire. The Royals are scraping by with about 4 runs per game on average, while the Cubs are managing just 3.75, suggesting sluggish bats that struggle to string hits together and push across multiple runs in bunches. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.